Hey everyone, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 303, and I am back. I am so glad to be back. Don't get me wrong, I love to travel. I do. But there's nothing better than your own pillow. There just isn't. There's nothing better than your own pillow in your own bed, in your own home. It just, And I think I am done traveling for this year. I think I have finished everything I need to do, and now I just get to enjoy the rest of the year being here at home at the shop. Wahoo, kachoo. I'm very happy. Now, I also just finished taping the YouTube about the Shop That Did Not Hop event, the 2019 Shop That Did Not Hop event, where Scrapbooking Made Simple will become Frozen, and I will be Queen Elsa. Now, this event is in store and online. It is a warehouse sale that rivals any other warehouse sale you will ever see. I don't think anybody comes close to the pricing that we do for you, because really our goal with this sale is to keep crafting affordable, and this sale offers you an opportunity to get items that sometimes you only dream you could afford, really. And so that YouTube is going to be placed in our online store. We're going to load the category that says the Shop That Did Not Hop sale. You'll be able to click that category, and inside will be the YouTube for you to watch all the terms and conditions, the do's, the don'ts, the ins, the outs, and the whys. We ask that you please watch the YouTube before you place your order, because this is an extraordinarily different type of sale. I guess that's an interesting way of putting it. It's definitely different than anything any other retailer. The terms and conditions are completely different than anything you've probably ever heard of. And some of you already know the terms and conditions and you are okay Jose with them. Then there's some of you who are going, is she kidding? Is she serious? I'm serious with those terms and conditions, and you'd be like, nope, not for me, and that's okay too, but you want to know ahead of time, don't you? So we give you all the information in advance so you can make an informed decision. So look for the YouTube for the Shop That Did Not Hop 2019 on our website and on our YouTube channel. Today I have got such fun product for you. It is really it's just happy. You can't help but smile when you play with this stuff. And as much as I want to say it was my idea, I really want to say it was my idea. It was so not my idea. This concept came from my friend, my girl Jackie, hey girl, hey, at Inky Antics. And she proposed this concept, and then I kind of proposed the dies and the stamps that we're using, and we worked together so that we have a co-branded exclusive product just for us. And I think that you're just gonna smile. It's so cute, and it's so outside the box, and I so wish I had thought of it, but I gotta give props where props are due. And Jackie, girlfriend, this is all you. And I mean, really, much love to you, because you came up with a great idea. I really wished it was mine, but if it couldn't be mine, I'm glad it was yours. So I've got stamps, I've got dies, I've got this fun stuff to play with, and I think when you see it, you're going to say, oh, that's just stinking cute, because it is. It's just stinking cute. Now, we also have Winter Chicken Dinner to talk about from the last few YouTubes, because I had to tape the other one early. I didn't get to live chat with you last week, but I'm back. Hopefully you're here at 8 a.m. Saturday morning and we're live chatting away. Hello, everybody. And if you're watching it after 8 a.m. Saturday morning, sorry, live chat's over. You'll have to come back next week. But I've got Winter Chicken Dinner from the last few YouTubes. Are you ready to hear if it is you? All right. Because we always pull 2 Winter Chicken Dinners, except for the 300th anniversary, the 300th YouTube. Then we pulled 6. And I just in time got your email, got your note. Woohoo, ka-choo. You got very lucky. All right, you guys. So for YouTube number 301, which was the American Crafts, the embossing folders, and the Hero Arts ombre inks. Are you ready to hear if you've won some of that? If you are, oh, I think I know this name too. Colleen Cricket. Colleen, is that you? Colleen Cricket. Hello there. How are you doing? Hello, Colleen Cricket. Wahoo, good you for you. But you're not alone. I'm going to save all the winners till the end. You have a friend who's also won some American Crafts embossing folder and stamps and Hero Arts ombre inks in Sarah Bates. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing, Sarah Bates? Congratulations to you. Okay, so for YouTube number 301, we've got Colleen Cricket, love the name, girlfriend, and Sarah Bates. So let's do our, you're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, cut you for you. Okay, that takes care of our first two, but we have two more to get through. Or two more winners to discuss. From YouTube number 302. Oh, that was my product, the Simply Defined, the Kaleidoscope dies. I hope you liked them. I loved them. They were so pretty. I thought they were so pretty, but I'm biased. It's my product. What can I say? Well, I can say that I liked them. All right, Robin Pullard. Robin, is this you? Does it really, one way or the other, it's all good. Robin, is that you? Because if it is, you're a winner. Chicken dinner. But wait, you've got a friend. Melissa Oliver. Look at Melissa Oliver. You also have won some of the Simply Defined Kaleidoscope collection from June. Woohoo! There's our two winners. Congratulations. And that's the Simply Defined product from YouTube number 302. So Melissa and Robin, you're a winner. Chicken dinner. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. Wahoo. Cut you for you. So that means we had four of you. So Sarah Bates, Colleen Cricket, Melissa Oliver, or Robin Pullard. Either way, whatever makes your heart happy. How are you going to claim your prizes? So super easy. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the link that says Winner Chicken Dinner. Click it. Follow the directions. We'll confirm that you are indeed our winner, and then we'll get your prize right out to you. You only have 30 days from the date of this, the original air date of this YouTube to claim your prize. Don't let it go into the land of misfit prizes. Those are the prizes we use for our anniversary sale when we give 100 prizes away. Don't let it be yours. No, you took the time to post the comment. Now take the time to claim your prize. Woohoo! All right, so today we have Scrapbooking Made Simple and Inky Antics. We've got some Tombow for you. We're gonna start off super easy because I want you to see how you can use the stamps without having to use the dies. But then we're gonna use the dies and we're gonna use the special sequin stuff that we got in that you just want to pet it. You really do. Is that wrong? Should I not say that? I don't know, but you just want to go like this and pet it because it's almost like one of those fidget things that people had. For me, going up and down those sequins, making them change color, it's soothing. Don't know why, but it like de-stresses me. Okay, we're gonna tilt down. We're gonna get started for today. It is me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it is good to be home. Good to see all of you, and can't wait to chat with you. Down we go. Bye, everyone. Okay, are we down? We look pretty good. I think we look pretty good. That look good. Let's zoom on in just a little bit. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom. Okay. All right. So this is the make and take that's going on downstairs right now. Look, can you see the sequins? Can you see them? So this is a die cut and stamps and dies, but are you ready? Wait for it. I know. Is that the cutest thing ever? Wait for it, wait for it. See, I could do this all day. I'm such a little kid when it comes to things like this. The simplest things make my heart just go so happy. Whoop. How fun is that? Yes, we're gonna be playing with, I don't know what they're, reversible sequins. I don't know, they're Flippin darling. I don't even know what the Flippin fun collection. Okay, that works for me, Jackie. I was gonna say Flippin something, so. This is the make and take that they're doing downstairs right now. And it just is so stinking cute. I just could be flipping these all day long. Makes my heart happy. All right, but we're gonna start simple. We're not gonna start with this one right now. We're gonna start a little simple. We have 4 new Diane stamp sets, and we're gonna be doing the stamp sets separately. So if you just wanna buy the stamp sets, you can just buy the stamp sets, or you can buy the stamp and die set. We're not gonna be selling the die set without the stamps, but we'll sell the stamp set without the die, because there's really no reason. This is the die set. There's not much to do with it unless you have the stamp set. But if you don't do die cutting, I wanna show you how to use these without having to die cut. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna color these, and we're gonna start. I wanna show you the difference because we had questions between the difference between colored pencils and the Tombow markers. So I'm just gonna do a quick side-by-side stamp of both of them and color with both of them so you can see the difference. Then we're gonna progress on to actually die cutting and playing with the sequins. But I wanna give everybody just a quick little heads up reminder, because we had some questions after, was it the last YouTube? I think it was, or maybe it was the YouTube before that, between the colored pencils and the Tombow markers. So I've got my clear block because this is a stamp set, and we pull it off and it clings to a clear block. It will cling. Clear blocks are important to have because if you're doing any kind of stamping with cling, meaning red rubber that sticks on, or clear stamps, once you buy your blocks, you never throw them away. And if for some reason your stamp stops sticking to it, all you have to do is take a baby wipe and wipe down your stamp. Chances are you've got maybe some oils from your fingers or some embossing powder or some glitter on it. You wipe down your block, and then once everything dries, all of a sudden it will all start to stick again, which is nice because storage space is important. And when you don't have a lot of storage space, having dies that are on wood blocks gets to be very chunky. So if you've got a cling stamp, which may be red rubber or gray rubber, or a clear stamp, you would like to get yourself a nice set of blocks. If you don't have blocks, don't worry. Do you have, I don't know if it'll cling to this one because this one's pretty beat up. Do you have a cutting pad from one of your die cutting machines? Because it's also going to cling to that. Now it's not going to work with this one because it's warped. I wouldn't be able to, I could do it on this side and it would stamp. It's going to cling to that. So if you have to choose between the stamp set and a set of blocks, but you have cutting plates, we'll forego the blocks for now, get the stamp sets, and use what you already have as a block if you have to. But we do have some blocks, the Do Crafts blocks are at a crazy great price. Now, actually I'm gonna move this one up just a little bit. I'm gonna do the boat super quick. And you can see the boat comes in 2 parts. So you've got the boat, you've got the sail, you've got, gosh, what is it? Happy birthday, and I forget what the other sentiment is. Set sail for a happy birthday. There you go. Okay, and I'm gonna take the boat, and I'm gonna put the boat right at the bottom. So I've made, instead of inking them and stamping them separately, which you can do, I've just put them all on one block. Then I'm going to bring over some white paper. And I'm going to stamp twice because I want to show you 2 different ways of coloring this. Now, because this is a clear stamp, you don't want to push down so hard that the stamp gushes. You want to give it nice pressure. You want to ABC 1, 2, 3 all over and pull up. This is a gush pad. It is a stamp pad that allows your paper and your stamp to have better contact because they sink into each other. You want that better contact. If you're stamping onto a hard surface, well, you've got no place for that stamp to sink into and make better contact with that paper. So if you have some holes, chances are you're stamping on a hard surface. Just get yourself a gush pad. This is half of one. It's actually twice the size, and it's, I think, $1.99. So relatively inexpensive, but will make your stamping a whole lot better. Today we have 2 different inks. I've got my Memento ink, and I've got my Hero Hues ink, and this is my India ink. 2 different inks. This is a dye-based ink. This is a dye-based ink that is more of a permanent ink. Both of these will not move with water. That's the lovely thing about them. They will not move with water, which means if you want to go in there and paint or watercolor, use watercolor pencils, use Gamsol, neither of these is going to move. However, they are different. Your Memento works wonderful, and you ink it up. Let's ink my stamp. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to put it down and give a nice pressure. It's a slightly bigger stamp, so you need to make sure you get pressure all over, but you don't want to do this. I don't want my stamp to gush. I just want to make sure that I get it all over. Ready? And let's pull. Oh, good. Awesome. So there's my first stamp. Now I can go with my baby wipe and just take the extra Memento that's left right off. And my stamp cleans up beautiful. You can wash your stamp in a mild dishwashing detergent like Palmolive or Dawn, and then let's dry it. Now the other ink I have is the Hero Hues India ink, and I like that ink equally as much. It's a slightly different ink in that the black is a little bit stronger. So let's ink up. Make sure I've got it. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to stamp right next door. And 1, 2, 3, ABC. I want to give nice all over pressure because my stamp is slightly larger. I don't want to press so hard that I'm gushing it. If you have a stamp platform, well then this is going to be easy peasy for you. There we go. Oh, I didn't quite get all the back, but that's okay. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, and I'm going to mark which is which. This is Memento, and this is Hero India. So I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but your Memento's a slightly lighter black. Your India is a slightly darker black. This is like a soft black mascara, your Memento, and this is like a black mascara. Also, when you're doing your India ink, when you go to wipe your stamp, it will not wipe off. It will stain your stamp. Now, some people like that because then they can see when they're stamping, they can easily see through, and they have the image coming through their clear block. Because it has been stamped with India ink, I won't be able to get that off. Does it harm the stamp? No, not at all. It's perfectly fine. You just have to know that if you use the India ink from Hero Hues, it will stain your stamp. And again, some people like that because then you can see it. Otherwise, it's harder because it's completely clear. Memento will not. Memento is a slightly softer black, kind of a soft black mascara. Hero Hues is more of a black. It's a bit more intense, bit more well, black. So it just depends upon which one you'd prefer to have. If you already have one over the other, do you need both? Only if you want them both. You don't necessarily need them both. I don't know that that I would run out. I mean, I'd rather see you get a stamp set than another ink if you've got one that's already working for you. But neither of these will move with water, and that's the important thing. So I've got 2 boats here, and I have got my, I'm gonna put that right there. I have got my Tombow colored pencils, and I have got my Tombow dual tip brush markers. And we're gonna be using both of them, and I'm gonna do them side by side so you can see the difference. And then we're gonna start die cutting and using the sequins. But maybe you don't do any die cutting at all, but my gosh, you sure do love that. Look at how cute it is. You sure do love that little stamp set. Isn't that darling? It has the birds, it has a little life raft stamp. Isn't that so cute? So I want to show you how to use it without having to use a die cut or sequins. Okay, so I've got my colored pencil. This is not a watercolor pencil. This is a straight colored pencil. They're by Tombow. They're a wonderful, wonderful quality. Easy peasy to use, but you have to leave yourself negative space. When you're coloring, most people do not leave themselves any negative space, meaning they go ahead and they color the whole thing. Okay, and I might even do this one. So I'm just taking my colored pencil and I'm going down the outline of the boat and the sail. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Can you see how much white I've left both on the plank of the boat and in the sail? I need to leave that white space because when I add Gamsol to this, that pencil is going to stop looking like a pencil and start looking like paint. So that's typically what a pencil looks like. That's what we all know colored pencils to do. But with this magic little potion called Gamsol, also known AKA mineral spirits, and a cute little stubby paper stub, it's going to transform this into a paint. Now, the Inky Antics Gamsol has this little foamy on top, and that's because the stub is made out of paper. It is 100% paper. If I were to put my stub into my Gamsol, if I were to dip it all the way into my Gamsol, this stub, because it's so porous, it would just suck up all that Gamsol, and you can't wring it out. You can never get that Gamsol back out again. So they put a little foamy on the top of it so that when you put your stub in there, it gets wet, but it doesn't get so wet or absorb so much of the Gamsol that you're just wasting it. And again, this is just a paper stub, and you should be able to get them at, gosh, almost any art store, but when we sell the kit, they come in the kit too. So I put a little Gamsol on my colored pencil. Then you can go in and you can move it. And I want you to see the difference. So I'm only going to do half. Okay, see the difference? Colored pencil with Gamsol over it. It smooths it, it dissolves it, it makes it into a paint, it softens it, it gets rid of all of those lines that a colored pencil leaves behind that almost looks like you were coloring with a crayon. So when you're working with it on your stamped image, you need to leave yourself white space because you need that paint to move somewhere so that you have a shadow and a midtone and a highlight, almost like using an alcohol marker. So if I come in here and I start pulling this out, in about a hop, skip, and a jump, I have dissolved my pencil. And poof, shadow, midtone, highlight. That's it. It was that simple. Honestly, it really was. It was that easy peasy. And because it's not a watercolor pencil, you could go back if you wanted and even add more color right over the top of it. You couldn't do this with a watercolor pencil. You'd need to wait until it was completely dry. So I added another line of pencil that I'm going to even move out even less because I want that to even have more of a shadow. So I've started to move it out even more. With just my paper stub. So easy. And you just go back into your Gamsol and soften everything out. And truly, it looks like you were playing with an alcohol ink marker, but you weren't. I did down here too, I did the boat. So I can just start pulling that color. And pulling that color. And really, if you have no coloring talent, this is coloring for you. Because I love coloring, but I'm not the best at it. And this is almost like foolproof. You really can't, if you leave yourself the white space, look at how cute is that? And it took no time at all. Easy to do. And again, it looks like you colored with an alcohol marker and nobody needs to know any different. Oh my gosh, super cute. And then I could go in with the red. So these are different than a watercolor pencil because you're not adding water at all. So now I'm just putting the red right down along the next part of my boat. Right along that stamped image. And you say, oh, but you have blue on there, Stacey. Well, it does have two ends, but this is the sharpener. For those of you who have never seen it, it's just a thing of sandpaper. And all you do is, because this is paper, you just sharpen until you've got all of that blue off. And now I'm good to go. So let's put a little bit of Gamsol. Can you see it? It got right on there, but it didn't drip. Now you don't want to turn it upside down and push. You do that, it just pours right out. And again, you can't get it back in. And see, if I sit it in there, can you see it's just absorbing it because the pencil is porous. Now that would be like if you put it straight in there, it would just suck it all the way up. Well, I've got lots of Gamsol now. Let me get a paper towel so I don't get that all over. It's also known as mineral spirits, so you may already have this in a stash from time gone by. Now I'm just gonna grab that red and I'm gonna do the same thing with the red as I did with the blue. And I'm gonna have that Gamsol just melt that pencil. Just melt it. So that you've got a highlight and a mid-tone and a shadow. Look how cute. Love, love, love. So when you look at it, it's like, oh, wow. But nobody needs to know that it just took you literally, what'd that take me, 30 seconds? And I can just keep smoothing it out until I'm happy. Easy to do. This is using colored pencils, not watercolor pencils, just plain colored pencils, and taking them from what looks like a pencil into what looks like a paint. Very easy to do. But it's not the only easy way to color if you're not a strong colorer. We also can use our Tombow markers. Now, the markers, if you use them just as a marker, that's what they look like, and they're just a marker. And that's perfectly fine. You can color with them and just have it as a marker. But the idea of the Tombows is that they work well with water. They work beautifully with water. And you can palette paint, or you can use their blender pin. Their blender pin is not a traditional blender pin. It isn't like you can take two colors and then take your blender pin and think that you'll be able to blend them together. No, not how they work. And look at it, didn't go through my paper. I wanted to show you that. But that doesn't work. The blender pin is used differently. Most often, people use the Tombow markers either for lettering or for palette painting. And there's a couple different ways to palette paint. So, if I wanted to, I could just very easily put some of my marker right down on my craft mat. Then I could get a paintbrush, inexpensive paintbrush, put a little water on it, and put that water into there and make a paint. Now, the more water I use, the lighter this tone is going to become. So right now, that's the color I've made. But if I were to blend more color into it, can you see the difference in the strength? Or if I add a lot of water, let's really dilute this down. So the nice thing about the Tombow markers is you're able to take one marker and make a lot of colors and have the saturation of it change based off of how much water you use. So if I was to come in here, and let's say I wanted it a little bit heavier, a little bit not as light, I can come in here and then I can just paint. Literally just paint my color. Right in. And then depending upon what I want to do, I can come back with a little bit darker and add some definition, so it's not just one color. And start adding my definition in so that you can start to see that there's a shadow here. I could even go darker than that by just layering the color on top. A little bit of water. The less water you use, the more saturated that color is going to be. And just keep layering that color until you have the depth perception that you're looking for. I could also take, and instead of using a paintbrush, I could pick my color up with my blender pen. So I go in there and I just pick my color up with my blender pen. And if you do that, the blender pen lets you do an ombre effect. So while it didn't blend these two colors together, it did give me that beautiful ombre effect, which then I could go in and I could start coloring over here. And as I get towards the center, it's going to lighten and lighten and lighten. And let's do the other side. So darker. And then as I get towards the center, it's going to lighten and lighten and lighten. Until I have my darker ends and lighter in the center. And that's just using their blender pen. Pick it up and I could go back in and add darker color on the outside and darker color here so it has more shadow and more shading. Until you're happy. So you have options when coloring. You may already have Tombow markers. You may already have Marvy markers. Marvy markers will do the same. You may have colored pencils that you've had for years and years and years. Might have been one of the first things you've ever bought when you were crafting, not knowing that when you just add the Gamsol, it takes your colored pencil and makes it into this beautiful paint. So two different ways of coloring without having to be an expert colorer. Because truly, I know a lot of you think that I'm really, really good, and I really am not. I'm just good at using simple tools. If you gave me 3 Copic markers that were supposed to do your blends, I would not be able to use them. I can't use Copics. I'm not good with them. I tried alcohol markers, and I personally failed miserably. You may be a pro at them, but I'm much better with things that are a little bit more forgiving. And colored pencils with the Gamsol, much more forgiving. Tombow markers, much more forgiving. And again, I could, if I had wanted to, I could have come in and I just could have colored the whole thing with just a Tombow marker and had it the regular color. And because it's got that beautiful brush tip, you can get in there and do those super fine lines. You absolutely have options. So I wanted to show you that before we move on to playing with the sequins, because maybe you're not a die cutter, but you love the stamps, but you don't know how to color the stamps. And the stamps are very open. The stamps are open for a very specific reason. To use the sequins, we had to come up with designs that were open enough to give you enough opportunity for the sequins to go front and back. You can't have a little tiny area, and it can't be too angled because the sequins have to move up and back. So I'm going to take this off and put this back. Let me put this away. Okay, that wasn't anywhere close to where it's supposed to be, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this one away, and I'm going to put these away. Super cute. We'll finish them, right? I love them both. And I'm going to bring over my shell. And again, these are they're co-branded, so they're produced by Inky Antics for Scrapbooking Made Simple, and that's why you see our name at the top. The only place you're going to be able to find these is here with us. I've got the dies, and I've got the sheet of stamps that's got a sequin attached to it. Okay, so this time I'm going to be stamping and die cutting my shell out. But before we get there, I want to show you kind of how we need to put the card together, or the layout, or the altered art, or whatever you're going to make, so that you can see how it needs to be put together. I'm going to put these over to the side for just a moment, and I'm just going to grab 2 pieces of paper. Oh, I don't know what that was. Holy smokes, artichokes. Let's go ahead and we'll use a blue. And let's go in here and let's use something super dark. Let's use a brown. Because I like that combination. Then I'm going to bring over my card base. So I've got a card base right here. This is a Simply Defined card base. This is an A6 card size. The weight is 200 pounds. It feels like there's 2 stuck together, but there really isn't. And forgive me, I'm going to freehand. And hopefully this time I don't freehand so much. Oh, I hear people talking out there. Okay, so I'm gonna make a couple mats. Okay, so I'm gonna chop this one down just a little bit more. Ooh. And let's see. Chop it down a little bit more on this side. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, are we good with that? I think we're good with that. Now let me do the other mat. So I need the blue one to be slightly smaller. So I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna cut here. Now normally, matting is the last thing we do. We've usually die cut, and we've colored, and we've glittered, and we've done whatever we're going to do. This time, I need to do my mats ahead of time. A little bit more, just a little bit, by the hair of a chinny chin chin. I always say, if I had a hair on my chinny chin chin, I would hope somebody out there would say, Stacey, hello. Okay, and then we'll do the bottom. And again, I'm freehanding. You will probably be using a trimmer. Close enough. I think my dad used to say, close enough only counts in horseshoes. I never played horseshoes, but okay, I'm gonna let it go. I say that, but I never do. You all know that already. All right, so I've got my mat. Ta-da! I know that was fascinating TV, right? Kind of like watching paint dry. But I'm going to tape these together now. I'm going to put them together now. And there's a reason why. Usually you don't even see me ever mat anything, right? But this time there's a reason. So I'm using some Stacey tape. I'm gonna peel it off. Stacey tape's just a super strong, very inexpensive, well-made, double-sided adhesive, and I'm going to lay my mat down and center it as best as I can without standing up. Zoop. Okay, mat done. Wahoo kachoo. Now I can bring, and it would fit right there. Wahoo kachoo. Now I can bring over my stamp and my die cut. So I need to die cut out the center of this. I need to die cut out the center of this. And if you wanted to, you could use the stamp to stamp on top and then line up your die and die cut. But I don't think it's really necessary. I think that you can just put your die down and figure out where you want it on your page and go ahead and die cut. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my dies on my gotcha tool. Put my stamps right, no, I'm going to put my stamps right there. Move that over, and I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine. So, Sizzix Big Shot machine. This is where having a magnetic platform is very handy. Now, your machines are either going to come with an extended multi-purpose platform, or the new machines are coming with a basic platform and a shim that goes over the top. So that's how the new machines are coming. They're not coming with a hinged platform anymore. This is a standard size platform, and those will still be available, but they are sold separately. Then we also have a magnetic platform, which is sold separately. Now the magnetic platform is helpful because when you put your paper down and you put your die down, you can put it exactly where you want it and it doesn't move because the die is magnetized to the platform. If I were to do that on my basic platform, well, everything slides around because this platform is not magnetized. Can you use your regular standard or extended platform without using a magnetic platform? Yes, this is a very nice want. It's a necessary want for some people, but it is a want. It's not a need, meaning you can still use your machine perfectly fine without having this. Does this make life a whole lot easier when you're using dies and stamps together, or you want to be specific in where the placement of your die is so that it doesn't move? Yes, but if you have this already, you've already got your multi-purpose platform and it's a choice between stamps and dies or a magnetic platform, I would get the stamps and dies first because those you can use all the time. The magnetic platform, again, you've already got something that's able to do that job. Now, I'm going to send this through, and this is an open frame die. So I do not need a precision base plate. This is just an open frame die, not intricate at all. And I'm using a wafer die, so I need to keep my platform completely closed to tab number. We'll keep it all closed. You want it totally closed. You don't want it open at all. And then I'm just going to send it on through. I have to think how I want my card. I'm gonna want my card. Maybe I want it that way. Send it on through. All right, let's send it on through. My cut plate down, my do not cut plate over the top. You always want one plate that is as flat as possible. If all of your plates are seriously warped, it means you kind of have to dig underneath to get your platforms in, your cutting plates in, before you can roll your die. Now I am going through 2 pieces of cardstock with a wafer die. So that means I might want to go forward and back. I don't think I'm going to rotate. We're just going to go forward and back and see what happens, because I am going through 2 pieces of paper with a wafer die. Being that it is a wafer die, it has no, let's see, Being that it's a wafer die, it has no cutting blade. What's cutting the paper is the pressure and this little edge right here, this little edge that's into the die. It is amazing that that little piece of edge will cut through your paper. Well, I know I didn't tape the whole thing down together, but they sure did sandwich themselves well. Okay, well, oh, there we go. Like, they did tape part of it. So 2 pieces. Kid friendly, senior friendly, new crafter friendly, because you can't cut yourself. Very nice. Okay, that leaves me this, which then would fit on here. But we're not done. Where's the magic sequins that go back and forth? All right, sequins, Inky Antics. Comes in a pack, 6 colors. And you get a whole big sheet. Hello. So, 1 color until you do that, and then it's a different color. Love, 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 love. I really, I could sit here and do this. And because they've got the different colors, okay, well, here's this one. Whole big sheet, which means you can cut it to whatever you need. Oh, is that so cute? The blue to the pink. Can you see how I could say I could sit here and do this all day long? It's like a gadget, a fidget spinner thing. And then they have and then, ooh, I get mesmerized by it. This could keep me entertained for hours. I don't know what that says about me, but that's okay. I love it. Okay, now I've got sequins everywhere, but that's all right. So I've got sequins everywhere that I'm just gonna dust right off. So I need to cut me a piece. I need to cut me a piece. And I need it to be big enough to go. Do I want them to go that way? So you have to orientate your sequins. Do you want your sequins to flip up? So here's my shell. And if I wanted my sequins to flip up, then my sequins need to be pointing towards you so that they flip up to a different color. do I want my sequins to go side to side? So when you lay your card over the top, your opening, you've got to decide what do you want your sequins to look like? Do you want them to go side by side? Do you want them to go top to bottom? Do you want them to go bottom to top? It's up to you. You have options. You just have to decide. So then you're going to cut to what you need. Okay, so I'm going to cut to what I need. That may be a little bit more than I need, but we'll see. I got sequins flying because I had to cut them in half. And now I can bring my card over. And I can see my sequins are just a little bit hanging off the side. So if I need to, I can just trim down a little bit off the side. You'll have sequins, little pieces of sequins flying here and there. Let's lay it down again and see how I feel about that. A little bit more off the side. Well, a sequined floor is a happy floor. Oh yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. I've got it exactly where I want it to be. Now I can tape it down. So, the reason why the dies have to be open dies and bigger dies, and the stamps had to, remember I said it has a lot of open space, because the sequins have to have room to move. If you're trying to make the sequins move in a small little circle or a small little square, there's not enough opportunity for them to go up and down to change the color. Or if your die has too many angles, they won't flip at an angle. If you're using something that's got like a heart shape, might be a little more difficult to get into the lobes of the heart to get them to go up because it's curved more. So you want something that's big enough to give you the real estate for your sequins to shine. Okay, so I'm just gonna tape this on down. I'm gonna put some Stacey tape at the top and some Stacey tape at the bottom. And you can see now, hopefully, why I had to cut the two mats together. Could I have cut the mats separately? Yes, I could have. But then to make sure that I have centered my die, that is where you would want to stamp if you were going to cut your mats separately and die cut your mats separately, as opposed to sticking them together and running it through once. You want to make sure that you would then stamp on both in the exact same place. So use your stamp positioner, because then if you cut them separately and then you bring them over and one was slightly askew, slightly tweaked, your mats would not line up. It's easier to just tape them together and then die cut so you're sure both of them cut exactly the same. Let's throw some Stacey tape here. Some Stacey tape down there. Hopefully that's enough to get the job done. And then let's put my, oh, I didn't go high enough with my Stacey tape. A little more Stacey tape down here because I didn't go high enough. Okay. And then we can put it down to our card, and I'm going to put a little bit more over up the top here. Then we can go to our card base. Peel off our Stacey tape. Peel off our Stacey tape. And then lay it down without standing up. Oh yeah, see, and then I can go. Isn't that so cute? But you're saying, okay, that's cute, but then what to do with the rest of the card? Oh, that's so easy peasy. Okay, so where are the stamps? They give you in this set, where's my block? And my stamp mat. Easy peasy what to do. And it looks like we used India ink because it's stained, which is perfectly fine. It gives you a darker black, gives you a black. And I can go 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Do you think that's good? Pull up. Ah, that one was not as good as the other one, but that's okay. Give this one a little more pressure. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, and up. Oh, better. Okay, so now I've stamped myself some. I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna take a little, now if you had your stamp positioner, you would just go right back over that. I know. I'm gonna take maybe a little of my, well, I don't know, maybe a little of my blue. How about some blue? A little of my blue, and I can just put it right in there. Do we want it on every one? Yeah, sure. Put it right in there. So I've got some blue going on in there, and maybe a little brown. And you can see I'm just kind of scribbling it in and leaving some white space. And I think we're going to start with that. And I'm going to grab one of my stubs and my Gamsol. And I'm gonna get my stub wet. Got a wet stub. And then I'm just gonna come in here and kind of color that on out. Super cute. And I could come over here. And just give this one a little bit of color. Super cute, super easy. You can see the difference from when I drew it on. So when I drew it on, to when I used my Gamsol to kind of melt it away and make it into that soft, beautiful, almost alcohol ink look. Then they give you the dies. And again, this is where having that magnetic platform sure does come in handy. Because if I bring these over, now that I've colored them and I've stamped them, if I bring them over and I line up my dies, and I want to be sure that they don't move, I need to tape them down with some washi tape. I need to do something to keep them in place. Otherwise, they tend to move. So washi tape, a Post-it note, whatever makes your heart happy. But if you have on your wish list and you've got a birthday, an anniversary, just because date coming up, you may want to ask for a magnetic platform, because then I'm able to decide. I'm able to put them where they need to be. And just leave them. And they'll just stay where they need to be. And then I can quickly die cut them. Sandwich down. And here you go. And again, it's an open frame die, so it's not going to require you going back and forth. I'm only going through one piece of cardstock, so really one roll should be enough. If you really want to make your heart happy, you can absolutely go back. Isn't going to make any difference. And then I can start to decorate. I can start to decorate my card. And I even have a sentiment, I think. Well, let's just finish. I'm here already. I'm 90% done. So you want to make sure that you don't put the Stacey tape on top of your sequins. Gosh, I could have popped these with foam. And then I've got my little sentiment up here. A little big. Chop that on down. Zoop. Zoop. I could pop that. And now I'm ready for somebody to play with it. It just makes my heart happy. Look at that. Look at that. So again, it's not going to go, all the sequins aren't going to turn all the way up in the highest angles. So from the gold to the copper. And you just want to do that. It's just so fun and so easy. And the cards put themselves together for you because you've got the dies, you've got the stamps, everything, and then the sequins and all the fun colors. And then you decide how you want to color your paper. Do you want to use the colored pencils with Gamsol to make it super easy? Do you just want to palette paint with your Tombow markers to make it super easy? Or are you uber talented, and bless your pea pickin' heart, all of you alcohol ink marker people out there that have that talent, that raw talent to be able to use the alcohol inks, because the markers, I'm just not good with them. So I stay to what I know. And I can do colored pencils, they're very forgiving. And I can do Tombow markers, they're very forgiving. I'm good with I'm good with the forgiving. Ta-da! I made a card! That never happens. So fun, so easy, and so cute. And then it will bother me. So when we're all done, I will go back and finish this because it will absolutely bother me that this is not done. So I'm coloring it, which will then force me to go back in and add the Gamsol. And you're like, what do you mean you can do it after the fact? Oh, heavens, yes. This is just Gamsol. It's not going to hurt anything. Fire truck. Must be an SMS YouTube. Sure, the Gamsol is not going to hurt anything. So when I said later, I actually meant like now. More Gamsol. Mineral spirits, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, see, now I feel a little bit better. Super cute. All right, so what did we do today? Well, the first thing we did is we talked about how just to use the stamps that we have today, the exclusive stamps. And we talked about Memento ink versus Hero Arts India ink, and how Memento is a soft black and a Hero India ink is a blacker black, but they both will not move with water. We colored this one here with Gamsol and colored pencil, just easy peasy. And here we went in with our Tombow markers and palette painted, easy peasy. It's a matter of which way makes your heart happy. And if you happen to be awesome with the alcohol ink markers, well, then you can do that too. But this is 2 foolproof ways of coloring. And remember, it's just white paper. And I have to tell you, I don't know, was it a card or an email? No, I think was it card or an email? It was left on my desk about a customer sent us an email about how she was working on something and she wasn't liking it, but she heard me say, just finish it, just finish it. So she did. And it turned out she liked it better than she thought she would, but she was ready to scrap it until she heard me in her head, which is a little scary, but she heard me in her head saying, you can do this, just finish it. Finish what you've started. And then once it's all done, then if you don't like it, then you can chuck it. But chances are when you finish it and you give it a chance to be, you're going to love it more than you thought. And whomever you give it to, they're absolutely going to love it. So she sent an email and she told us she finished it and it turned out better than she thought. So we worked with Tombow markers and with Tombow colored pencils, not watercolored pencils. We worked with Inky Antics Gamsol and their paper stubs, and we sell them in a kit. And the kit even has their own little instruction book, which is very thoughtful of Jackie. Then we have 4 different Diane stamp sets and 5 or 6 different things of your sequins. So let's do the sequins first. So this is the one I played with today, which is gold to a copper. Oh, is that so pretty? And they're $5.95 for the whole piece. And then you cut it to what you need. And remember, if you want to try this using dies and stamps of your own, it has to be something that has enough usable surface. It can't be something small or cute like Lawn Fawn. Those are too small and cute. You need to have something that's got some usable surface, which is why we did the dies and the stamps the way we did. Look at that, that looks amazing. So that's one of the colors. Then we did the pink and the blue, which is another, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Pink and the blue, or teal. Then we had the rainbow that goes from rainbow to silver to rainbow to silver. I think I may take this on the next business trip that I can just decompress. I think I will. Okay, and then we have oh, I think this one got cut in two. Then we have pink to silver. Oh, I know, right? Oh, I have ideas for this stuff. And then we have kind of an iridescent-y, really, really pretty iridescent. Is that what they're calling it? What are they calling it? Iridescent copper to a royal blue. This color is fabulous. To a matte blue. Look at how dramatic is that, right? Oh my gosh, is that beautiful? This matte blue is fabulous. And then on the other side, you've got this super iridescent. Love the matte blue. So pretty. And then the last one, oh my gosh, Mr. SMS gonna have a little bit of a, it's all good. Now you have this iridescent matte blue and an iridescent matte pink. Oh, look at that. These matte colors, they just are gorgeous. I almost think I like the matte colors more than I like the shiny colors, but then I see the shiny colors and it makes my heart happy. So the pink, both sides are matte. Beautiful matte pink to a gorgeous, it's almost a navy. The color is so incredibly rich. All right, those are the 6 colors of the sequins. And yes, we have an I Want It All, and yes, they're on sale. They're $5.99 less 20%, and then the I Want It All if you just wanted to get one of everything. It's kind of hard not to want one of everything, but if you have to choose, I couldn't tell you. I love them all. They're beautiful. Because I think the one that I used today is so rich. From the gold to the copper, I just think it's elegant and regal and rich. So those are the colors we have for the sequins. And then, okay, so here's the make and take that they were doing. And downstairs they're using the rainbow. They're using the rainbow. This goes with the Diane stamp set that I'm using today. Remember, the stamp set is sold by itself, so you can buy just the stamp set, but if you want the die, you have to buy the die with the stamp set. We won't sell the die open stock. It has to be in combination of 2. So here's our first sample. Then we have where we have made the background. We stamped the background with the shells to make our own background, and then with the blue. The blue up and down and up and down. So pretty. And using the shells to actually stamp to make our background. And then we have the pink and teal. And we just tore brown paper to make it look like sand. And then you've got your pink and your teal. Get that one over. And then back, and then over, and then back. So pretty. And then we have here. Now they're going up. Hello, Beautishell. So cute. These are just cute. They just make you smile. You can't help but smile. So again, the ones at the very top aren't going to flip because there's no room for them to flip. That's why you need to have something more open than something small. So the dies were designed to do this. And then the same colors I used today, the gold and the kind of bronzy. It would help if I did it. And it says, see you soon. And again, we use the stamps to do the background. And then, how about a shaker card with sand in it? No sequins at all. So stamped the image so you see the black outline and then die cut. So super cute. See you soon. And then last but not least, another, oh, I think this is the Make and Take It. And it just hit, the rainbow just hit, happened to be in the place where it's a lot of blues and greens. So that's this set here. Our next set is our darling little sand pail and starfish and little hermit crab and the dies to go with it. So you can buy the stamps by themselves or you can buy the stamps and the dies together. And here we've got our sample. And you just flip them on up and flip them on down. How cute is that? And here the sand pail's tilted over and little hermit crab is crawling out. The matte blue with the matte pink. Super cute. Again, another shaker card. Using it as a window. Here we've got our rainbow pail. How cute is this? And then it's got the silver and then the rainbow. How cute is that? Just makes my heart happy. You just want to sit there and play with them. Okay, then another pail. Zoop, 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 zoop. Sound effects required. Zoop, zoop. And then the matte pail with the really deep, beautiful blues. You see that deep, beautiful blue into a pink? So pretty and fun and easy and doable. Everybody will have a great time playing with these. Everybody will have a great time making these. And just our basic one with our gold to copper. And then one that's a little bit more elaborate with our iridescent to our striking blue. Okay, then we have the sailboat, and I colored the sailboat for you a little earlier. So there's the stamp, there's the die. Sailboat. Is that so cute? Sailboat. Sailboat as a shaker. Sailboat. Now we fussy cut this piece out. There's no die for that, but we stamped and fussy cut that on out. We stamped and fussy cut that on out. Sailboat. This piece you get the die for. This one you're going to fussy cut on out. Sailboat with the pink. And then the last one we have for you is the fish. Oh my gosh, there's the stamp. There are the dies. Oh, he's so cute. Huh. Look at how adorable is he. Our fish. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. So now our fish is a beautiful, beautiful, majestic blue. And then he's iridescent. And then he's blue. I want to get into there. My nails are catching on. He's blue. And then he's iridescent. And then a shaker. Easy peasy. And look at how cute is he. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Look at how cute is he. There, now he's half and half. All right, you guys. Let me tilt on up. Let me scroll on back. Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys, weren't those stinking cute? Super fun, super easy, super clever. Way to go, Jackie. Oh my gosh, so smart, so smart. Just so proud of you. I mean, really, that was clever, very clever. It's not always easy to be clever. So where are you going to find all of these great products? You're going to find them either in our retail store here in the Taco Bell Shopping Center on Soledad Canyon Road in Canyon Country, California, or you're going to shop with us at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com, they'll all be on a YouTube Yummy sale. The dies, well, the die and the stamp combinations, the stamps, the pencils, the sequins, the markers, they'll all be there for you on a YouTube Yummy sale. And remember, the one, the only shop that did not hop starts on July 12th, both in-store and online. Look for the YouTube to give you the do's and the don'ts, the ins and the outs, and the what for yous. And so you know before you place your order that this is a sale that you want to be a part of. Of course, at those kind of prices, it's very hard to resist. Anyway, it is me. I will see you again next week. Wahoo Kachoo. We have got exclusive product next week too. Very excited. But until then, I will see you. Bye, everybody.